everybody.
It is the Healing Beauties again.
It is that we're back again.
And it's your girl Cin.
It's Jess, and we are back again for our third episode. 3 times the charm, you know?
Yes.
As you all know, today is New Year's Eve. 2020 is on the way.
Yes, into a new year and into a new decade.
Yes, I mean, let's just reflect a little bit. You know, in the last 10 years, how has your life changed or stayed the same? Or
Oh man, it's funny that you say that because I was writing in my journal this morning and I was reflecting actually on this exact thing. Although I feel like this has been a major year for me, I've had major growth this year.
Yeah.
This decade has been a big transformation. I am not the person that I was in 2010. At that time, I was a freshman in college. Experiencing being on my own for the first time, and you know,
she was grown, huh?
yes, I definitely thought I was grown. You know, I moved into my first apartment with my friends. Ended up getting having to manage job plus school plus bills and stuff like that, and having a social life. So this was definitely my decade of growth, developing, learning how to be an adult, learning that being an adult kind of sucks.
Big time. You hear me? Big time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it definitely has been worth it. You know, now I am a mother.
Hey.
I've been in a relationship for 5 years now. I have a job that I enjoy. I am stepping out of my comfort zone, out of my shell, because y'all gonna see a lot of me in 2020.
Hey!
This decade, I'm rocking it out.
Yeah.
Just learning not to dim my light anymore.
Nope.
You know, just shine and
Shine.
I'm who I am because, you know, I am who I am. I'm not anybody else.
Yeah.
Me being me is my superpower, and that's what makes me unique, because there's nobody in the world that's like me.
Hey.
And honestly, I'm ready to. This next decade is gonna be the glow up for real.
Hey.
It's gonna be the glow up. This
Glow
was like
up.
pre-glow up, but this next decade is glow up
It's
for
time
me.
to glow up.
Yes,
I heard that.
yes.
Well, I mean, this little decade has been, man, I think a big transformation for me also. 2010 had a lot of mishaps, you know, death. I've experienced a lot with friends, you know, figuring out who's my friend and who's not.
Oh yeah.
Dealing with family, you know, back and forth. Trying to figure out, you know, who's for me, who's not. Finally landing jobs that I actually like, that, you know, got me into my purpose. Actually finding out what my purpose is, you know. Struggling, you know, with being a single parent, and, you know, just, you know, pretty much walking it out with that, you know. 2 handsome sons that I love dearly.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else?
What about spiritually? What would you say your growth has been?
Whew. Okay, so that was next. You know, relationship wise, figuring that out, what I like, what I don't like, what's for me, what's not, you know. And then spiritually, you know, like we've said before, I grew up in the church, you know, but I think my life kind of took a turn in 2016 when I got robbed. You know, my life was going good, you know, but something has to happen in order for you to really get to where you're supposed to be. And it doesn't have to be that drastic, but for me it was, you know. Like I said, I got robbed, and it shook me up, like literally. But my faith changed. I started to see things for what they truly were, and then, you know, as the years went on, that was 2016 till now, I mean, a major a major change, like, you know, within my spirituality, and understanding that, you know, just because you were, you know, you grew up Baptist or you grew up whatever, does not mean you have to stay in that lane. You know, you do what makes, you know, you happy, what's gonna, you know, benefit your life. I've always been a people pleaser, so that was part of, you know, my transformation with my spirituality.
Yeah, I would agree with the same thing.
Yeah.
As well, you know.
Yeah, so now
Putting
I'm
ourselves
like,
first.
I wouldn't dare put nobody over me, you know,
Right.
but, you know, it takes, you know, like I said, a relationship with different people and circumstances that change you. And I'll say that, you know, in this decade, I've learned to really love myself and understand that, you know, of course, I'm good on the business, taking care of my business part, but the loving myself part I lacked because of not having my parents around, because of having shady friends, because of, you know, lack of transportation, or, you know, not having a home. I mean, list goes on and on, but now I'm secure in myself. Gaining stability, and so I say I'm doing pretty well. And I am glowing up with you, you know. 2020, I already know that it's going to be, you know, good, just because I've planted a lot of seeds. And, you know, like they say, you plant the seed today don't mean you're going to see the fruit tomorrow, but, you know, as time has gone on, and, you know, this is really the season of, you know, being in alignment with, you know, what you really want in your heart, you know. And, you know, we both have seen, we speak something and it happen, you know, but that's hard work. That's, you know, how, like I just posted on Facebook, how hungry are you? And we ain't talking about physical, you know.
Time and dedication.
Oh my gosh, what? And really, I know that some people say that isolation or, you know, being in solitude is not very good, but sometimes you need that so that you can stay, you you won't be distracted by what's outside of you. So I just say, like you said, I'm ready for the glow up. I'm ready, you know, to start really living and not giving a damn about other people.
Yes, girl, I'm ready for that. People are going to be upset, I know, but I mean, that's just it. That's it. That is what it's going to be. Yes. It is what it is. That's what I was trying to say. It just wouldn't come out.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You know, because especially with us starting this, it's like if you see it, you see it. If it resonates with you, it resonates with you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That means that this message wasn't for you, or we're not for you.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
It's totally fine.
That's okay.
Totally fine. We ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
But I think I wanted to add that too. You know, dealing with shady friendships and, you know, different people that, you know, betrayed me. This podcast, this friendship has taught me that it's okay to trust again. And everything that I want is going to come to fruition. My purpose in life is to spread a message. And what is the message? A positive message, a fruitful message, and, you know, lead by example. You know, like I said, we started with a name and just and it has went, you know, from there. And so, you know, that's reassuring for me to know that anything that I want, anything that I write down is going to happen. Now, it may not happen tomorrow, next week, next month, but it's going to happen because I want that, you know. And so that's very important to me. That's very important.
And just the things that we, like, our first episode was December 1st. It's December 31st. And, you know, we're on our third episode. You know, we have our Instagram popping, our YouTube is up. And we've been getting great support, great love, and just us being authentic, being ourselves, you know, not having to fake the funk for anybody or try to please anybody. And that is wonderful, just the growth that we've made individually and as a unit in 31 days, in 1 month.
Yeah. I mean, and just imagine how, you know, the time after this is going to, you know, show itself. And, you know, we already been saying it, but we really believe, I believe in my heart, I know you do too, you know, that things are going to get better for us. And it's not just going to stop with a podcast. It's, you know, so it's bigger so than what we
It's way more. Like, this is just the first step.
But that's, you know, like I said, it makes my heart happy, you know, because at one point in time, I just didn't know where my life was turning, like I said, in this decade. Whew,
Yeah.
it almost took me out, literally, you know, because people didn't want me here. I had, on many occasions, I should have been dead, for real. And so, you know, now that I see my life really making progress, I am in such a shock, but also knowing that I deserve this. I deserve everything that's coming to me because I have done the work. I try to treat people right, and even if I haven't, I've forgiven myself and others, and that's huge, you know. So
yes,
I'm just ready for this new season. 2020 be good to me.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see what we're going to do individually, what we're going to do together. Because like I said, we've made so much freaking growth, and I'm with you. And now I'm like, you know, I deserve this. You know, I put in my work.
Yes.
And I'm going to go for each and everything that I set out for.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason why I can't get it.
Nope.
And I've had... and with anxiety, you know, you always think when something's good, you're just thinking about, oh, I know it's going to end. I know it's going to end. But
check myself.
Right.
You ain't gotta
just saying, no, this doesn't necessarily have to end. Of course, everything does come to an end eventually, but me loving myself, me believing that I deserve every good thing that comes to me, that doesn't have to end. Nope. You know, I'm going to believe that till I leave this earth, till I transition. Yeah. And I mean, that's huge. That is definitely huge because a lot of us don't believe that.
No.
Don't believe that we deserve goodness. We've gotten so many negative things.
And letting our past define our future or our present.
Yes.
And you know, like I said, things happen for a reason. It's just setting you up for what's getting ready to come. You can't get the rainbow if you don't go through a storm.
Yes,
and that's very important. And now, to what extreme, I don't know, because everybody's story is different. You may experience death after death, and you thinking, can't no good come out of that, but you don't know that unless you believe.
Yes.
And so that's part of what we done already got started on what our topic was, but the topic is, you know, basically about how we prepare for what we're asking for. You know. I solely believe that when you write it down, things come to fruition. And so as the new year is coming, don't minimize that big things can happen, but don't try to do a whole bunch of big goals and then you can't, you know what I'm saying? Right. You're not really functioning because you're trying to do too much. Start with a big goal, you know, like we have recently talked about. Start with one, and that's totally fine because you never know how long that may take. It could be 3 to 6 months. Then go to the next one. There's 12 months in you know, the cycle. So, you know, spread it out. You don't have to do everything at once. Give yourself some time to like embrace that you've knocked some stuff off of the list. You know, just like I said, don't do too big to where you can't accomplish one thing. And then after you do the one thing, go to something else, you know, and celebrate. That's one thing that I didn't do at first. Celebrate those small victories. Like we saying about our decade. We are going through these motions of understanding that we've been through all these things. So now I'm not switching the top.
It's all right.
But anyways, just be mindful that celebrating yourself is important.
Yes.
And knowing that you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. Anything.
And also, don't be too hard on yourself. No. You know, celebrate your mistakes as well, because mistakes, they help you grow, because you know what to do the next time and what not to do. You know, okay, this didn't work, so now I can move on to something else. And as human beings, I feel like we harbor on our mistakes so much. Oh, I could have did that, or it should have went this way. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't mean you can't do it. You know, go on and do it. And I was telling my daughter this, you know, last night. Granted, she's just one, and she understands. She may not understand 100%, but I was just like, it's okay to make mistakes. I'm never going to get on you for making mistakes. You're a kid. This is the perfect time to make mistakes. And you're going to make them throughout your life, even as an adult, but there's no reason to harbor on you. I'm never going to make you feel stupid or make you feel low because you made a mistake.
Because that's a part of life.
Yeah, it's part of life. And we sometimes you do encounter people that
make you feel low.
Yeah, that make you feel silly, or oh, you made a mistake, so here we go. You know, I'm gonna constantly throw it in her face or throw it in the person's face, and there's no reason to.
Yeah. I'll also say that, like you were saying, that don't be so hard on yourself. That's easier said than done. But one thing that we gotta remember is be grateful for the things that we already have, that we're accomplishing, or what's around us. Because a lot of times we thinking too far out.
Right.
That's one of my problems. I think, I can think so far, but I ain't even in the present, and I have to remind myself, constantly talking to myself. And there's nothing wrong with talking to yourself.
No, there's nothing wrong.
Self needs to hear those words, but seriously, like, self-talk is so big. And so, like I said, as we're going into this new year, remember that you are important. The things that you say to yourself are so important. Where you're trying to go is important, but the steps getting there, remember that things are going to happen. It's not going to be a straight path. It's going to be a little bumpy. There's going to be people that turn their back on you. There's going to be situations that happen, but you got to go. My motto for 2020 is I'm on a mission, because I am. I've been through the storm. I've been through the rain. I've been up. I've been down. There's nothing that can come in my way. Now,
do I get stopping me?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing can stop me.
I'm
all the way up.
I'm a bulldozer right now. I'm going right through everything.
I mean, but that's the mindset that I've got, because I've been through some stuff. Now, it may be people that ain't really been through nothing, or they feel like the stuff that they have been through is going to stop them from what's supposed to be theirs. No, that ain't going to happen, because everything that's for you will make its way to you, or you're working toward it,
And everything is on purpose. Everything is purposeful. So if you experience deaths, one after another, or if you've had some sickness yourself, it's for a reason. You have to draw from that darkness. You have to draw from that hurt in order to achieve your goals. There's a learning experience in everything. What am I learning from, this person passing away? What am I learning from, being sick for this period of time? As far as, you said you got robbed some years ago, what have you learned from that? There was a learning experience from that. And we have to realize that all the negative that's in our life, like I said, is for a reason. Yes, you have to turn it into a positive.
You got to. I mean, it was just because you said something about it, it was life changing for me. But what I got from that was just, it's okay. Yeah. Like, these things happen. Not that it was on purpose, like, oh, do this, but my life something had to be shooken up in order for me to get where I am now.
Yes.
I'm so bold and wanting to know more about myself and how I can get out of this shell so that I can shine a little brighter.
Yes.
And so that had to happen. You get what I'm saying? Like, no, under the circumstance, but I'm still here. I'm still here.
You're still standing.
I am still standing, and I got a word. I got plenty of words to tell anybody that's willing to listen. And so, like you said, the things that you went through it's not in vain. Yeah. It's for a purpose.
They're not going to break you.
No.
Because God isn't the God, the universe, ancestors, whatever you believe in, whatever higher entity you believe in, they're not going to put you in a situation that you cannot get through.
No,
you have to learn from it. And for a long time, I talked about this in a previous episode, I've been hurt by a lot of friends.
Oh, yeah.
And went to the point that I just pretty much shut myself out, and now it's a little difficult trying to be a little social, because I'm very socially awkward, I feel like, because I've shut myself off. But now I appreciate my tribe so much. I appreciate Jessica
Shout out to the
whole lot, because I know she's genuine, and if I need something, that I can talk to her and I can get a good perspective from her. She's not being biased, and she isn't a friend of me. She isn't someone who really hates me deep down on the inside, and she's going to give me this horrible advice because she wants to see me fall. Like, I know that she's there for me. And just like the other friends that I've acquired over the years, I know that they're for me. They root for me just as much as I root for them. And I appreciate that, because I didn't get that growing up.
No.
I didn't get that, with my family. They were there for me. Like I said, I didn't want for anything as far as like finances or anything like that. But we weren't that, supportive of each other.
No.
We didn't tell each other that we loved each other. They weren't a hugging family. Like I was hugging, touchy, feely. Yeah, and they would always say I'm just like a cat because I'm all over them. But that's just who I am. And, my family wasn't exactly like that.
Oh, and I know.
but my tribe is, they're hey girl, you got it, or I love
but
you.
I'll say this, and in addition to what we're saying, sometimes you gotta have that hurt from other people that you thought would, like your family. We got the same bloodline, but you really don't care about me like that. But people come when you let that hurt go. When you let that hurt go, you start to get people that really love you, that genuinely show you what it is you may have lacked. But unless you're willing to open up, you're not going to get it. If you're going to be bitter and harbor the things that somebody did to you, you're not going to get that. Everybody wants to be positive. Everybody wants the positive vibes. They want to do this. Everybody not ready for that. Because it takes a lot to be yourself. I don't have to change who I am to be around Cindy or anybody else that I choose to, deal with. But I'm very protective of who I talk to, where I go, because people are not. And you gotta learn how to balance the two. Yeah, you gotta learn how to balance the two. People make little comments about me being positive. Okay, that's how you feel about me. But in reality, y'all don't even know what it took for me to get there,
Exactly.
And so. And
just on the outside looking in.
Yeah, and getting ready for a new season, a new year. Remember that. Sometimes you're going to have to cut them people off. My pastor said that Sunday. Get ready, because everybody is not going to be happy for you. They're not going to receive you because you changed or you acting funny.
Right.
But in reality, you got to do what's best for you. We done been through so much trauma. We done been through so much change. Change is not easy to deal with.
But
you get what I'm saying? But it's needed because you have a purpose and there is a reason why you're here. And not to say that everybody gonna be like us, but there is there's purpose behind your pain. And so, really that's what I want people to really get for 2020. Don't get so wrapped up in a resolution. Don't get wrapped up in, well, they doing this and let me do that. Do what works best for you. If that means you still holding on to a man who ain't doing you right, let him go. If that means your girlfriends ain't treating you right, they not supporting you, let them go. If that means, you tired of being in church and they ain't really doing what they need to do to help you, let it go. If your job ain't working, let it go. You eat unhealthy food, let it go. But it's a process. That's all I'm saying. It is a process. It took a decade for me to get here. You get what I'm saying? So I am not saying that it'll happen in 30 days to 6 months. It takes time, and be patient.
We'll be 30 something.
Yeah.
That's just to show it takes some time.
It
because
does.
we didn't realize that we were
these people.
Yeah, we didn't realize we were these people. Like I was going through some of my pictures because I was going through my phone. I have way too many pictures, so I'm going through, deleting stuff and everything.
Clear out your phones and emails.
And I'm looking, but I'm looking at the pictures that I'm taking of myself, and I'm just like, I hated myself so much at this time.
Me too. Me too.
But I'm looking at these pictures, and I'm like, you're so beautiful. Like you've always had this. You are so beautiful. You have a beautiful soul.
Yeah.
And why didn't you appreciate her? Yeah. Why did you want to fix her so bad? Why did you feel like she was inadequate and everything? But I had to go through losing the friends. I had to go through losing my grandfather. I had to go through stupid situationships, with people that didn't deserve me in order to appreciate everything that I have today. And I appreciate, if I was to die right now, I'm happy. I'm happy because I've gone out for what I believed in. Yeah. I turned into this.
You was already.
Well, I was already. Yes.
Yeah. I
found, the beautiful person that I am on the inside, and
I think that's the most beautiful thing, and a lot of people don't understand that. Inner work shows on the outside, and we were not afraid to look at ourselves, but situations happened for us to go inside. And so I encourage that big time for 2020. Look inside. If somebody's hurt you, if you still holding on to things that happened, I had a miscarriage in 2013. And I never really talked about it to anybody or nothing like that, but it did affect me because now, look, I want a daughter. You get what I'm saying? Like that, just being able to talk about that and understand that happened. and all the other things that happened in my life. But that was just one of the things that I didn't think affected me, and it really did. You get what I'm saying? So looking inside and knowing that I am a giver. I love out the kindness of my heart. I'll give you whatever. You know, I want to see you do good. I'm not jealous of nobody that walks this earth.
Exactly.
I'm so proud of people making progression with their lives. I feel for the people that are not. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if I didn't go through these things, then I would not know that's who I've always been. And then, you know, like we saying, people that don't appreciate you, you kind of got to let them go.
Yeah.
You know, and that's hard,
Yeah.
especially if it's family, friends you've known since grade school, but you got to let that go, because at the end of the day, it's about you and what you stand for, you know, and I can't be out here preaching to you about how to be a good person. I'm still holding on to people that don't even like me, you
Exactly.
know,
And
so.
you're not going to get blessed if you have those people in your life, because God doesn't want them to benefit from that blessing, you know, and that's how you end up with situations where you let somebody go and then bam, this happened, okay, this opportunity, this door opened, and you just like, wow.
Didn't even know.
Yeah, like, okay, now all of this good is happening because of this, I let this person go, or I let this habit go, or whatever the situation is.
Yeah. So be prepared. I mean, like I said, it's a struggle, because, you know, I stayed with a person or dealing with a person's situationship, however you want to call it, for 10 plus years, and that it wasn't healthy to begin with. But as soon as I let that go, listen. But that's a you know, a situation that I had to learn from. Right. Clearly, holding on to stuff that means you no good is not going to get you, you know, where you want to be. So, you know, like I said, I know that we're all excited about having a new year and, you know, just in the vibe of that, but like really study yourself, really understand why situations are happening.
That's
I mean,
number one. You have to study yourself.
Please, you know, it is so important. I know Google is a big, you know, search engine for us, but really read a book. Like, you know, really understand. I know we can scroll through Facebook and find some information, but at the same time, reading a book versus Facebook may do you much. You know, you can write some notes. You know, I got notes and notebooks everywhere with, you know, knowledge in it, but I can use that in real life or tell somebody else about it. So, you know, knowing yourself and then understanding that everything that you want is going to happen, you know, for you, but it takes time.
Right.
And then number 3, I say, you know, enjoy the moment. You know, that is harder easier said than done, but enjoy what I have everything that I need right now. There's nothing that I want. I mean, there's nothing, you know,
I'm not lacking anything.
No, I am not
everything
lacking
that I need.
nothing.
I'm appreciative for where I am right now in this moment.
Yes, those affirmations that we've been talking about are so important, because it changes your life, you know? Just understanding that how I talk to myself is how, you know, what's going to come out. If I'm not happy with myself, I'm not going to be able to give that, you know, I'm going to give that out to other people, and that's not what I want to do. I have my days where things don't go well, but that means I need to go within and see what's really going on, you know, and just spend a lot of time with yourself, you know, and that doesn't mean like, you know, like I said, isolation or anything like that, but just getting to know yourself, knowing that, you know, your goals are important, but what is going to get you to a place where you're happy or joy, because joy is within.
Right.
You know, like I said, if it's a job that's not doing you